everybody, and welcome once again to another reviewing of the newest episode of the Arrow TV show. This is episode 2. I believe it's called Honor Thy Father. Anyways, so I'm here to give my opinion on the second episode of Arrow. Well, you know, on the one hand, last week I wasn't too impressed. It intrigued me enough to keep going. This second episode, I think, was better. I think it was much better, and it grabbed my attention even more than I thought the first one did. Like, the episode is just another person that Green Arrow is going after, another bad person that's taking Star City down. And I like that this is kind of more delved upon, that he is a guy trying to go after the people of the city that are destroying it because he made a promise to his father. Not because he was, like really, not because he thought, I want to be a superhero. No, he's only doing this because I have a feeling if he got everyone off the list, he'd feel like he'd be done. But, of course, they're probably going to delve more into this later. I still think the show needs to lighten up a little bit. I mean, like, Ollie, half the time when he's with other people, he's putting on a little bit of a show. And so we can kind of assume that when he's talking, he's only kind of half being himself. And the only time we really see him being himself is when he's Green Arrow. Or Arrow. They haven't gotten a name for him in the show, but I think he's going to just end up being called Arrow. Which I hope they go all the way and just call him Green Arrow because it's Green Arrow. Anyways, I just think he's a little too moody as Green Arrow, They have a few scenes with him inner monologuing to himself. While he's doing stuff on screen, and you hear his inner monologue saying, I came back with a mission to save Starling City. That still bugs me. And to take it out of the depths of... I'm like, dude, you're not Batman. You're Green Arrow. Okay, Batman you expect to be moody and to be dark and whatever. And some of the stuff, Green Arrow is really coming across as being more Batman-esque of a character. And, I consider the Green Arrow to be more of a guy that can beat up people with a smile on his face. I'm just going to quickly show you one of my favorite scenes from Justice League Unlimited with Green Arrow. I mean, like, that I think sums up Green Arrow for me in a nutshell. And I'm not getting that from him. When he's in the Arrow costume, he seems to be really violent and really, really Batman-esque. And I'm like, okay. But, however, there's something that I have to address, because somebody brought it up on my last, in my review of the pilot, that is it a big deal that he's killing people and whatnot? Well, I would say it's not a big deal story-wise, because, it's a personal preference. I'll admit that, because I don't want my superheroes killing people. Punisher can kill people left, right, and center. I don't care. He's not a superhero. But, I don't want my superheroes killing people. At the very least, I don't want them, killing people that they don't necessarily need to kill. Like I always say, if a superhero was in a do-or-die situation, and the only way to get out of it was to kill someone, the only way to save the world was to kill someone, I would say that's fine, It's like when Wonder Woman killed Maxwell Lord. I think that kill would be justified because it's the only way to save someone. And, it was an evil guy. But, I don't want my heroes killing. So that's just a personal preference. For this, I can tell they're going for a more darker, more serious, and we can see that he doesn't straight up murder people. He only does it in fights. So, he hasn't killed anyone cold-blooded yet. So, I guess we can still find him relatable in that sense. But besides all that, the show still it's grabbing my attention more because it's the stuff that when they go back to the island and stuff, it really intrigues me of what they're doing with the island. Because as I said, I hope they do more with the island, and they are. It seems almost like every episode will get a little bit of what happened on the island. It'll be like Lost, but the other way. Instead of being on the island and seeing what happened outside, on the real world, it'll be he's in the real world and we find what's happening on the island in flashbacks. Anyways. And, you know, I think I like the characters a bit more in here. Like, the first part of the episode, I thought his sister was going to come across as... Like, his sister, her name is Speedy, and she's doing drugs. Now, at first I thought this was kind of like, okay, come on. When it was revealed that Speedy was doing drugs in the comics, of course, this isn't Roy Harper, it's his sister. When it was revealed, though, that Speedy was doing drugs in the comics, it was a huge deal and a big reveal. And you're just going to show it in the first, like, 5 seconds. 5 minutes, rather. But, you know, it's not like something that's going to be built up to. But in the end, we see that she has problems, but she addresses stuff that he is being really distant and really pushing people away. And really just, you know, he has some stuff that he really needs to deal with, because... I'm not going to give away the scene, because it's a nice scene with her and him later on. And I'm liking their relationship and their dynamic. I'm liking the relationship with Green Arrow and the bodyguard a bit more. His mother still comes off to me like... I don't know, like the mother off of Arrested Development. Well, if you're not going to do this, then, well, I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I kind of felt. Yeah, so like I'm not sure. I'm not too crazy about the mother, but I'm at least interested in where her character arc is going to go. Dana or Laura or Lauren or whatever. Why don't they just call her Dinah? Why don't they just call her Dinah? I mean, we obviously see that that's her real name. We saw that last episode. Why don't they just call her that? Anywho, she, I think, is handled well for the most part, but there is one big, huge, humongously stupid scene with her early on that really put me off. It's like, okay, he goes to the courtroom to be declared legally alive again, and then he runs into her, because she, of course, is a lawyer, and she's trying to get this crooked guy that murdered somebody under wraps, you know, arrested, whatever. So he goes, he's like, oh, this is Oliver Queen. He dated me, then took my sister, cheated on me on a boat, and then she died, and then he came back after 5 years, and then said he wanted me to stay far away from him, or else I'll get hurt. It was like exposition dump truck. It was just like, yeah, this is just for anybody who didn't see the first episode. This is all the stuff that has happened with him and her. Yeah. Just boom, there it is, all in one sentence. One sentence. Or at the very least, one talking, yeah. You know, it was like, okay, that was just really lazy right there. I felt that it was like, I don't know, I didn't like that. But besides that, I think that she's handled well, okay. Like, and her father is the head police guy, at least the main police guy in the show. And I like his and her dynamics as well, for the most part, and I like that when he puts bodyguards or police officers on her, she argues about it, of course, but she doesn't like try to ditch them or dodge them, because she realizes that her father is only trying to help, and like trying to do something stupid like that would just cause more harm than good. So the characters, I think, are okay. The villains are still kind of cliched. I mean, they're just right now, we've only had 2. And, well, 3, there's an Asian woman in here, but so far they're kind of just... So far we only have 2 types of villains. We have the corporate guys running the city, and so far Green Arrow's handled both of them the same way. He's gone to them and said, turn yourself in, or else. And then they're like, I know. Green Arrow goes away. Alright, we're gonna need some guards. We're gonna have to kill that guy. We're gonna have to kill him, because I don't want to go to jail. And then, after, you know, till near the end of the episode, Green Arrow has to go back and kick their butts and destroy their lifestyle. So far, it's been the same bad guy, good guy dynamic in the episode. I will say this, the fight scenes are better. There is an Asian assassin in here, and while she only has like 3 lines of dialogue, I found her, I don't know. Maybe it's because I just don't know who she's supposed to be, if anybody. So, but, you know, she has a nice fight scene with Oliver Queen, and the fight scene in here was good, and it was like, you know, it's good for TV, I'll say. It's not like this is an amazing, if it was for a movie. But it's good for a TV fight, and they kept the intensity up. And but she kind of doesn't really do this. She tries to attack, and then she just goes away. But as I say, the dynamics with Oliver Queen and his supporting characters right now is getting me more interested into the show, and I'm wondering what they're going to do with it. I forgot to mention this last episode, so I'll say this now. There's a scene in the first episode that has a Deathstroke mask. Yeah, it was like ripped from the comics Deathstroke mask. And I don't know why, but it felt really off. Because everything else in the episodes is pretty realistic. Like, even Green Arrow's outfit is definitely more of a realistic feel. It doesn't feel like obviously it's still a costume and everything. But but this Deathstroke one looked, I don't know, doesn't it look a little odd for a show like this that's taking it seriously to have a mask like that? However, in the next episode, I'm pretty sure, from what I saw, they're going to have Deadshot in there. And his eye, I didn't like the look of it from what I saw, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how they handle the character. But anyway, this is, I guess, a step in the right direction. I'm still interested in what's going to happen, and I'm actually more interested now than I was last time. So I'm just wondering where they're going to go with this. I hope that this Oliver Queen being gloomy and being dark is part of a character arc that he'll have to go through and change over this season. Because I'm not sure how much I'll like it if he stays this dark and gloomy throughout the whole thing. But if this is part of a character arc where he starts all this, but once he gets into the niche, he finds what he can let go of, what he has to hold on to hang on to his humanity. If they go into that route, I think I'll end up really enjoying this show. Might even get it on DVD. But right now, it's too close to tell. It's too soon to tell. I think this, as I say, is a step in the right direction. Still holding my attention. I'm going to give it another watch. So that is this week's Arrow Opinion. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel. And wait for more coming soon.